Wicked Guy Activism here with Leroy Truth. We're back at it again in the town, village of Cold Spring.
We're here in the village of Cold Spring.
We're here to protest that policy of no recording. So we'll see unlawful, unconstitutional policies. Let's see what's up.
Cold Spring, New York.
What is that? Look at it right there. Let me see.
This is completely unlawful. I'm here to do a FOIA like this.
Yeah, right. She's bugging. Hi.
Hey, hello there.
Look at this.
And it's at 6? Yes. Okay. Hi, can I just have you read the policy that's posted on the wall here?
Hey, hello there.
Hi,
I'm looking
how
to
are
do a
you?
freedom of information
I,
request.
ready, let me get you the form. You can sit right down, you can read our filming policy, please.
Your filming policy is completely
Excuse me,
unconstitutional.
I'm helping these
You just
women
got in
right
my
now.
face. Why did you aggressively get in my face? This is
So
Mayor
this
Kathleen
gentleman,
Foley. Can you
I'm
believe
sorry,
this?
if he's aggressive towards you.
The only person you see to be aggressive is this woman.
Cut it out, Miss.
The clerk is available at the back window.
Cut it out, Miss Foley.
Come on through.
How dare you slander me and say if he's aggressive towards you, when you were nothing but aggressive toward me since I've gotten here, Mayor Kathleen Foley, the meanest mayor in America.
The meanest mayor in America. Look, this office is wide open.
And she made this unlawful, illegal, unconstitutional policy. Please read the policy. This policy has nothing to do with us, the free people of the United States of America. This has to do with her and the employees.
They're trying to protect themselves from the evil public that they serve.
Yes, sir.
Something you need, you'd like a FOIA?
You have a memory problem. I just asked you for freedom of information request. That's the number
I'm
of
just
the
helping
number.
someone else, I'm happy to get that for you.
Why are you so agitated? Are you
Sir,
are you on
this is
something?
not a public office.
Are you closing the door?
I'm asking you to come out. It's a private office.
The door was
It
wide
is a
open.
designated, I'm asking you to step out, designated non-public forum.
Are you closing the door? Because the door is wide
I'm
open.
asking you to come out and then I will close the door.
I'm trying to conduct business.
This is not a place where you may be.
If the door
If
is
you
wide
will not
open.
remove yourself, you're trespassing.
Are you coming in? Are you going to close the door?
I am coming in, you may not be in there.
I can't if the door is wide open.
Everybody, she got aggressive as I came in here.
I will get you a FOIA form.
I need 5 of them. How many do you need?
I need to.
Yeah. And you see, ladies and gentlemen, she just gives them the same thing. Hey, hello there.
Hey, how you doing?
Good.
How are you?
What's your name and badge number?
I'm Officer Cosentino, Shield 2-3.
Ah,
How are you?
excellent, excellent. All right.
How's it going?
All
fan.
is well. Yeah, man.
I'm a Jets fan too.
Me too.
Now, what is different with you? You seem to be very professional. You're the first police
Seems to
officer
be.
in the village of Cold Spring. Seriously, with professional and respectful to the public.
I give respect. I don't expect to get
Where'd that
mean,
happen? Your
give
mother
him-
raised you right.
Give him a chance. It's only been 2 seconds.
You guys all right though?
Oh, yeah, we're good. We're just doing freedom of information.
Where's the village clerk at?
Yeah, where's Jeff? Where's Jeff? Phyllis Clerk.
He might be out today. I'm not sure.
Because he's also he's been the one friendly person here.
He doesn't give a fuck. He's just be minding his
He
business.
just does his thing.
He's a professional at minding his business.
Completely.
That
Are you
guy.
the good guy that want it?
I'm good at activism, yeah. Thank you. Appreciate
You
it.
do a good job.
Thank you.
You should ask me to Google review.
It's a non-public forum, so close the fucking door. Excuse my language. I want them arrested for violating the policy. That's what I want. Let's sit in that chair. Hey, Leroy. Hey, Leroy. This is how it feels. Does anybody, do you guys want to shut the public up? Because I do. I want to shut the public up. All in favor, vote aye. These fucking seats are comfortable. Look, it's like, they're like fucking gamer chairs. Hey, Leroy. Hey, Leroy.
I've asked you what help you need, sir. What help do you need?
I asked you for the freedom of information request. Now,
Ms. Foley, can I ask you a question?
Look how it's aggressive.
I'm talking to this gentleman right now, so if you can wait.
Can you not talk to me with your finger? Because that's rude.
This is my own hand.
Yeah, but it's
So-
rude and
You are
unprofessional.
rude.
How am I rude?
I'm speaking to Mr. Filipowski.
Okay, yeah.
When I'm done speaking with him, I'll speak to you. How can I help
The
you,
hell
Mr.
is
Phil?
You can speak to both of us at the same time.
I'm addressing you.
And, well, you can calm down, number one. I'm being very professional and
Absolutely
very,
calm.
very,
What do you need?
very, very professional with you. And so
Is
this
it
what I need.
professional to talk to somebody like
And
this?
that's what I'm going to fill these out here.
Like imagine if I talked to you like this, like you was a child,
Business?
and I'm a public servant.
Because
Come
that's
on
what our
now.
policy is. If you don't have legitimate public business here, you are trespassing. You are in a non-designated public space.
I have legitimate business, as I've
I asked
already
you to read our
stated.
recording policy. If
And
I'm
your
not going
recording
back and forth
policy
with
is
you,
unconstitutional.
This is the policy.
Policy
You
doesn't
can
apply
find
to
a lawyer
me.
and follow up.
Policy applies
We're
to
done
you.
with this conversation. If you don't have legitimate business,
We're done with it when
the
I
clerk's
say we're
office,
done with it, not when
are
you say you're done
trespassing.
with it.
We're done.
Are you gonna help me
I'm
now?
not trespassing. She's making another
Are you gonna help
mistake.
me now? Or are you gonna ignore me?
Right, Mayor, he needs help too. Oh, now she shuts the door. And,
must be the time of
and they called this cop here to babysit.
You're more than welcome to film the open accessible area.
You want to just remind her that,
No problem with that.
officer,
This is
Officer.
breath of fresh air here.
officer, excuse me. You want to remind her that denial of public services is against the law?
Is there something I can
Yeah,
help with?
she said that she was talking to him for me to wait my turn. That's what I'm doing.
Okay.
And she went and ran into the room. I still need to conduct business.
The guy's off today.
No, but
Jeff.
he needs Mayor Foley's help as well.
All I can help you with is police related matters.
Yeah, right now she's breaking the law, denial of public services.
Okay, what is it that you need?
I need to check up on my FOIA request that I filled out last time, and I want to
She
file
might not have
an.
access. She's the mayor, so she.
I wanna file
she doesn't
another
know
one.
All the clerical stuff, so she might not have access to that stuff. So you might have.
I wanna
wait for
see-
testing of
That's
that.
up to her to say that, though, not you.
Yeah, and I also want
Listen,
to.
I'm trying to help as best
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can.
I also want to file a.
But I don't.
No,
know
but he
all
needs
that
her.
stuff.
She needs to service the public. I'm here for services, and she's saying all that. If you can't conduct, if
So
you're,
you filed a FOIA request?
yeah, I did, and she's saying if you're here to conduct public business, she told me to wait online. I waited online, and what's going on? I need.
And then she ran away and slammed the door on you. And he also wanted some freedom of information forms as well. I got some.
Okay.
But can you say that again, just this tape, because you understand.
You are more than it's protected under the First Amendment.
Right.
You have-
Yeah, it doesn't matter what.
Train everyone else.
It doesn't matter. You know what's funny?
All I could do is
You wanna-
represent myself.
You want to hear something funny? That she's saying that if we have what legitimate public
Right, she's not
business.
saying, and if we don't, we're trespassing.
Do you know what legitimate public business is? Do you know that freedom of the press is a legitimate public business?
Understood.
I can stand here and record her all day, and I'll be conducting business.
Yeah.
Miss Foley, you told me to wait my turn. I've been waiting my turn, and you completely ignored me.
So this police officer is being very, very professional. And Mayor
How
Foley.
can I help you?
Hi, how are you?
So this is a private office. There's no filming into the private office. This is our policy. If you can't,
Are
if
you
you're not
open-minded
willing-
to have a conversation?
I'm telling you that you're filming right now in a private office which is a designated non-public area. You may not film in this office.
Where's the public areas of this building,
You
ma'am?
can read this and see that it is the meeting rooms.
Uh-huh.
When a public meeting has been called in those sessions, there is no public meeting at this time.
Is this still a public building?
It is.
It's the
This is
people's
a
building, right?
non-public portion of the building. Do you have a question for me that's
Yes,
legitimate
I
public
do.
business? What
Yes,
is
I
it?
do. This is still the people's building, right? The
What
village
is your
hall.
village business today? Do
Okay,
you have
I
any
want to
village
check up on
business?
my FOIA request
The
that
clerk
I
is not
submitted
in today. I'm
last
sorry that I
time.
can't answer that question
and I
right
wanna
now.
fill another
He'll be
one
back
out,
next
please.
week. I gave 10 to your colleague. 10 forms. So you can fill them out and read them.
You,
There's a
first you
table
said we
around the
wasn't
corner.
together. I had to wait
I
my
have
turn.
10, I have
Would you
10
like me to print
requests.
your
on
own?
the
I would like you
How
to
many
help
would
me.
you like?
I would like you to assist me in filling it out today because I don't know how to read or write, and I need your
It's funny because you
assistance.
filled them out before here.
And
So-
and he wrote it down for me.
Okay.
Your
how
village
many
clerk,
copies-
our village- I'm sorry.
I'm not the village clerk. I'm the mayor.
Ma'am, I
Would you
said
like-
our
how many
village
copies
clerk.
of the form would you like?
I just need
How
one,
many?
and I want
Just
you to
one?
fill it out for me.
One moment, please.
Thank you. Because if I had no hands, you'd have to fill it out for me.
And by the way, and what's your first name?
Nick.
Nick. And she said that she's the chief of police.
She's gonna write out my.
Is that true?
She is the mayor of the village.
Right, she says she's the mayor, but she also told me she was the chief of police a number of months ago.
We have an officer in charge.
Which I know, Larry
Yeah,
Bird.
he's
he's more.
I report.
His name is Larry Bird.
Larry Bird.
Oh.
Yeah, not Larry Bird. Like that.
Did you know that whatever we could see from
Why don't
public, we
step
could
over
film?
here? Actually, I would like you to pause. Before we do this, I'm happy to help you with this. I'm going to read this out loud to you since you can't read, okay?
Thank you. That's very helpful.
Look at the T-shirt.
Primary Village Hall,
child.
notice of Village of Cold Spring access and recording policy. The primary purposes of operations within Village Hall are to 1. Provide services and operations to village residents. 2. To act as a repository of vital records and other government records. 3. To house the operations and records of the Village of Cold Spring Justice Court. 4. To provide a safe workplace environment for village employees and volunteers. Areas within Village Hall may be restricted depending on intended use of the area. The Village Hall's 2 conference and meeting rooms are declared to be non-public forums unless or until a public meeting is convened in such areas pursuant to public notice. If an executive session or closed attorney-client privilege meeting is necessary before, during, or after a noticed public meeting, the public must leave the conference meeting room during the executive session or closed meeting. All village employee offices and work areas shall be considered non-public forums. Members of the public are prohibited from entering these non-public forums unless invited and escorted by a village employee official. All other areas within Village Hall, the entryway, which is where you're standing right now, the entryway, hallway, and restrooms are hereby designated as limited public forums, and only persons who are present to engage in legitimate public business during business hours with village employees and officials are authorized. The village board is hereby authorized to manage public access to areas within Village Hall, even limited public forums like the hallway. It shall be a violation of this policy to be within a non-public forum or limited public forum without authorization.
I think this is a comedy
Unauthorized
I think
persons
so.
who refuse to leave Village Hall upon request shall be considered trespassing. So I'm going to help
Are
you
you
fill this
open-minded to a
out.
conversation?
I'm going to fill this
Do
out
you notice
for you.
that we're not in handcuffs?
I'm going to fill this out for you, and then you can leave because you will have finished
I'ma
your
stand here.
legitimate
I'ma
business.
stand-
We want
I'm going to
to.
finish
Kathy,
reading.
I'ma stand.
Except within the
Hold
two
on, hold
village
on.
conference meeting rooms in which a public meeting is being conducted pursuant to public notice, it shall be unlawful and a violation of this policy to record video and or sound within Village
Officer,
Hall
can you-
without the consent
Can
of
you
all
educate
persons
this
whose
lady
voice or image
that
is
you
being
cannot
recorded.
put policy over law?
This prohibition
This is
shall
completely
not apply
unconstitutional.
to
You
You
any
cannot
law
put
enforcement
put policy over law.
activities.
This is literally white noise.
You cannot put
If a
policy over
person
law.
refuses to cease recording after being advised,
Uh-huh.
it is a violation of this policy. Such
I will
refusal
record as much as I
shall
want
be
to.
considered a disruption of the work of village government, and
Yeah.
the persons must immediately leave as they will be considered a trespasser.
I can stand
To
here
prevent
and record you
obstruction of government
all day
administration
long.
and ensure protection of government records, recording and photography.
Look up
from
Fordyce
the
versus
hallway,
Seattle.
the entryway,
Look
or
up
hallways into
Turner
staff
versus
offices
Driver.
is prohibited at all
Good
times.
one, Turner versus Driver.
During the preceding hours of village court, No recording or
She's just wasting
photography
her
is
breath.
permitted in any room, hallway, or area of Village Hall.
So why are we in
So
handcuffs?
that's what relates to Village Hall.
So
I'm gonna
why
help
am
you
I
with
not
what
in
you asked for,
handcuffs?
and then
You
can
have to
deal
help
with the
me. It's your
officers.
job.
Let's sit down and do this. Let's
Right?
go.
Why am I not in handcuffs, Foley?
And Kathy,
Because
have
I'm
you,
helping you.
Kathy, have you ever not been
My name is
condescending?
Kathleen. My name is not Kathy.
Kathy.
Kathy, have you
Kitty.
ever been not condescending to the public? That's a
Okay,
very
so what is
legitimate
it
question
that
there.
you want to sit over here so I can?
I'm gonna sit here so I can see you face to
Okay, that's
face.
fine. So what is it? The record? What record are you requesting?
I guess
to
you can
inspect?
start with the time and date.
Actually, the first line is I hereby. I'm sorry, you can't read. I hereby apply to inspect the following record. What's the record you're requesting to inspect?
So I want all emails, including keywords David Miranda.
David, what?
Miranda, M-I-R.
Miranda.
M-I-R-A-N-D-A, like the Miranda rights.
No, I know exactly what that
Right,
is.
right.
She knows things.
And all
What are the
emails,
keywords?
all emails sent, received, and I
Sent.
guess deleted.
Kathy, I'm
Received.
If it's still
And
in the
what?
trash folder.
I'm helping this gentleman right now.
And you have a pen
When I'm
handy
finished,
here?
I can find a pen for you. But right now, I'm helping this gentleman.
more condescension. God.
So,
You can't do more
So
than
all
sent,
emails
received.
and in the trash bin or deleted, right? Mm-hmm. Including that keyword, including photography, including First Amendment. From the dates of January 1st, 2023 to the current date, today,
The 4th of December,
to today's date.
2024.
From any and all village personnel or employees, including yourself.
This guy is incredible. He is the most professional, understanding man.
And I also want
Huge cues. Appreciate it.
another keyword, Leroy. Let me see. I also want any and all emails sent, received, or deleted, including keywords policy, photography policy. I want the copy of your policy, your photography
You
policy.
can have one right here.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Also want any and all emails sent, received, or deleted between you and John Van Tassel, which is the town supervisor of Phillipstown. So all sent, received, and deleted emails between you two from the dates of January 1st, 2023 to today's date,
Okay, so
December
there's 2
4th.
sets. Mm-hmm. And the same date range for both?
Yes, please.
Okay.
And if I can get a schedule of the town meetings,
That's available on the website, which is publicly accessible.
I
Okay,
guess
so
you send me the
we
link
need
then.
your. How would you like?
Through email, via
Okay.
email.
And what is your email address?
Activism guy,
Activism what?
GUI, at gmail.com.
Now you said you can't read or write. Unfortunately, it does ask for a signature. Can you write an X for your signature?
Where?
Right here where it says signature. Okay. Thank you.
If I get a stamped copy of that, that'd be great.
Absolutely, no problem.
And I'm just gonna record until the building closes, okay? Which I have a constitution. Actually, I have a constitutional right to do. If anybody violates my rights, then you open yourself up to the lawsuit.
You gotta stay out of there.
This is not a
The
public
door's wide
Gotta
open.
stay out. I understand that, but you can't. There's
Please don't touch
people's
me.
personal information.
Okay,
here.
so
just
she has to
stand over here
protect
for
it
me,
then,
please.
right?
Thank you.
She has to protect it, right?
Just do me a favor. That's public
I
information.
don't do favors.
Officer, may I just, this is a designated non-public forum, is not to be
Yeah, there's
photographing
people's
in.
private information on
Okay,
these
so protect
forms.
it.
Okay, so then just do me a favor and just step
You're
over there,
touching me
please.
for what?
Because you're not moving.
Why do I have to move?
I just explained to you that there's people's
are
private
you?
information. I'm Officer Hipple.
It's not my job to protect that information. It's your job.
I
It's not even your job. It's her job.
Okay.
And I've
Right?
asked you to step away from it as well, and you have not.
You don't violate my rights because you don't want to do your job.
This
Your
is-
job
this
is to
a
cover,
local
is protect that
policy. Give me
information.
Your copy, and then your
Your
business
policy
is
doesn't trump the
done,
law,
and you
sorry.
leave the building.
My business isn't
We're not
done.
leaving until we're done here.
Do you know that freedom of the press is official business in the eyes of the Supreme Court? We're all no. You're an actor.
And you're a charlatan.
Yeah. Spell it.
I thought you couldn't
Spell
read.
charlatan.
How will you know I'm spelling
Spell
it
it
right?
for me.
How will you know?
Spell it for me.
How will you know?
This is classic.
Spell it for me.
This is, ladies and gentlemen, this episode of
What time do you
Mean Girls.
close?
Where is your FOIA request?
What time do you
want to
close?
submit? Do you have one to request? All right, so you just give a knock on the door when you're done.
What time do you close?
Look at that. She is so wound up. And this police officer got aggressive. And what's your name and badge number?
Shield
me.
number 5, Officer Hipple.
I hope you don't take lesson from Baker, Officer Baker. You take lesson from this gentleman here.
No.
He's actually the most professional police officer I've met ever in my travels.
Doo-doo-doo.
Mayor Foley, unfortunately, is very wound up.
You can't record what you can see in public. Imagine that.
Yeah, right. I wish you was. I mean, I really wish you was, because we came here again, friendly and professional, and just looking to.
You know, so rather than turning the papers over, which would be the proper thing to do, you'd rather infringe on my rights to record in public,
I don't go in there.
and you come in between me.
I'm not. All I'm doing is.
Who are you protecting here?
I'm protecting the private citizens of this village. That's it.
citizens.
Private citizens of the village.
Okay, that's fine.
These are the communists we're talking about.
Do you know that you swore an oath to protect the Constitution?
I did, and I'm
So
not
how?
stopping you filming. I'm just
Excuse
protecting
me,
those
ma'am.
people that have a right to privacy.
So tell her to
Yes,
do
they
her job.
Yes, they do. The people who don't want to have to be filmed.
Then why get a job in government?
All right, listen.
You
I'm not here to.
cannot trespass the eyes, officer.
People ever.
You know that, right? You can't trespass our eyes.
Hold on.
He knows that.
Secret
Hold on.
government is what you want?
Hold on. You cannot trespass the eyes, officer. In other words, anything that my eyes can see, I can record. You do understand that, right? As part of the First Amendment?
You remember you swore to protect the Constitution? It's not what we can see, it's what we do with that information.
And we're not looking for private information, number one.
If you happen to see somebody's social security number in the social security office, it's not a crime that you can see their number. It's a crime if you use identity theft. That's the crime.
Most identity thefts happen by employees or people that have access to that information
Crazy.
on a computer screen. That's
Excuse
not from
me.
people seeing it out in the open.
No.
Do you really think people are invisible in public? That they're private people out in the open?
There's no space for privacy in public, as you should know.
How do you turn the lights on in here? I'm Mayor Kathleen Foley, and I say fuck the First Amendment. You can't record in here. This is a non-public forum. Who the hell do you think you are? Huh? You think this is the people's building? This isn't the people's building. This is Foley's building. This is my building. You, sir, get out of here. You want to use your camera? You can't. I have privacy in public. Sir, I'm Mayor Kathleen Foley. Get your cameras out of here. I'm allergic to cameras, sir.
I have a constitutional right.
I don't give a fuck about the Constitution. I don't care. This isn't the people's building. This is my building.
Well, I think Mayor Foley, you should get a new job.
You can't be in here, sir. You can't be in here. You have to go. You're in violation of the policy, which is my law.
And of course, policy never trumps the Constitution.
Who cares? This is my village. I'm the mayor.
As a free American man, I care.
I don't like free American men.
So I got a great condo in North Korea that I think you should look at, Mayor Foley.
Wow, if only I could live there for free.
Oh, you could. And with your condescending attitude, I'm sure you will.
I'm gonna
move
use
on
the-
very, very quickly.
I'm going to use the people's tax money instead.
That's what you do right now.
Get out of here, sir. I like you, but I don't like you.
I don't.
I secretly have a crush on you, and I don't want you to know. Oops.
Some people
Oops.
have told me that, Foley. I know. Some people have told me.
Oops. I thought that was a non-public forum.
The information not be secret. You agree with that? We should have open, transparent government? Is that an idea to the idea?
You know who has the real power, right?
People.
The
He
people.
He thinks the mayor is an all-powerful being.
The people have the
The
power.
mayor speaks, and
Come
that's it.
on, that would be the Wizard of Oz.
You know how she got the job, right?
All powerful.
You know how she got the job? The people.
First of all, this mayor, she won her election against nobody. So she went to a job interview and no one else was like,
She came in first place out of one.
he's just looking.
I just want to make sure everybody's safe. Everyone's safe. Do you see us being aggressive, serious officer?
Why don't you protect our rights? That's your job. Your job is to protect our rights.
Because he's the only one who's been aggressive here.
We've walked around on Earth all day.
I thought you couldn't read.
Right.
I thought you can't read it right.
She's the most condescending and meanest mayor in America. She's got a new CNN now. She's a CNN mayor, condescending and meanest mayor in America.
You know, when I first met her, she said, "You can come, you can record. The meetings are open. We're fully transparent."
Yeah.
1 year later, there's fucking 1,000 signs saying you can't record on the walls.
And this gentleman.
What kind of shit is that?
Constantino, he stated unequivocally that we have
Because
a constitutional right. Because he understands. He took an oath.
And he protects the
to protect
Constitution.
our constitutional
That's
rights.
right.
So he's here to protect us. This other officer is here to protect. I don't know. From
You,
who?
you know what's a nickname for the Constitution? The supreme law of the land. It's the highest law of the land. You know where their policy ranks on that list? All the way down there. Tiny, tiny little policy.
Does it apply to us?
You don't put their policy over the law. You definitely don't put their policy over the Constitution. Sorry.
Does her policy apply to us or just internal
No,
employees?
no.
Only if there's men.
That's why. That's why we're not being arrested right now.
Only if there's men willing to put their hands on you.
How come you're not arresting us right now?
Because he's smart. He doesn't want to get. He doesn't want to get into the.
Because there's no crime, right? Exactly. I wish you guys would just tell Mayor Foley that.
That's all it would be.
Arrest them right now, ma'am. We can't arrest them. Why not? Because they're not committing a crime.
Investigation that Mayor.
There's no crime, ma'am.
Freedom of information request on the internal investigation that Mayor Foley supposedly.
I don't know how she doesn't know that freedom of the press is official business.
Right.
I know the Supreme Court has, what the hell's the Supreme Court? The highest court of the land has ruled for photography in public is official business, especially.
I mean, if it's not, then how are you supposed to document government?
I could stand here peacefully and record her whole shift.
Yeah. Imagine Nancy Pelosi saying, "You can't film me. I'm private." Or Mitch McConnell or any of these people. There's people chasing around with cameras all day long.
Imagine Joe Biden saying you can't record him.
He wishes.
You can't record me. I'm the president of the United States.
You can't see him falling.
Falling upstairs, falling downstairs, falling sideways.
Yo, falling up the stairs hurts more than falling down the stairs.
I fell downstairs. It hurts.
I fell up
I
for
fell
real.
downstairs.
I never fell down the
Gravity
stairs.
is worse than up. It is worse.
But when you fall up the stairs, you like jam your fingers and your toes and you hit your knee.
We should interview Biden now.
But people die falling down the stairs, honestly. So I'm pretty sure it's worse.
It is. Gravity helps move the.
Especially depending on how much you weigh.
Yes.
You weigh like 400 pounds.
Officers who have
You're gone.
had both verbal
Let's see how long this
and written.
FOIA request takes. Let's take a look at this policy. Even though we had the courtesy of her reading the whole thing,
Since two-
she had to swallow like 6 times.
No, she was so wound up. We came here again, as peaceful as we always do, and professional.
She doesn't like us. She can't hide her disdain. She can't hide it.
But someone said she's got a crush on me, which is interesting.
She-
It's a love-hate thing.
There's your other personality in your head, I think.
You gotta check. You might have to check your sources on that one. I don't know. I mean, you can tell by her behavior.
Since since 20.
She probably wishes that we were committing a crime right now.
Yeah,
She would love to see us in handcuffs.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So how does it work if we were to get arrested? Like, you have the jail upstairs?
Oh, we have a bench with a handcuff.
Oh, and
We don't have
how long do you hold them for?
Well, that's usually for just processing someone.
12.
Like,
So-
to write up all the charges and stuff.
So you'll process, write up the charges, and then you release us?
Yeah. Well, depending on what the crime is, like if it's something that requires bail.
What if it's like spitting on the sidewalk or something? Like littering? You just write citations. You don't arrest people for that.
What's like the dumbest thing? Like the dumbest thing someone has been arrested for here?
Double parking.
Like even like dumber.
I really couldn't tell you.
Yeah. No.
Probably littering or jaywalking. I don't know if
Arrested for jaywalking.
Oh, New York
in
City.
New York City.
Maybe in New York City.
Last time I went to court, this guy was there. They gave him a summons for jaywalking.
Really?
Yeah. In New York City, that's crazy.
Well, I'm gonna do a psychic prediction. I'm not saying I'm a psychic, but my guess, and you can prove me wrong, that you were not an NYPD officer.
I wasn't.
Bingo.
I knew it.
You could
Your
tell.
attitude, because
You don't have enough ego.
That's not saying that NYPD officers.
One thing they all have,
NYPD officers.
one thing that 99% of NYPD officers have is ego. At least 98%.
but it's more you got sociopathic ego, aka Kenneth Baker.
What I say NYPD has the best officers and the worst officers. All in one.
They have some. I've ran into some decent ones out there.
Depends on where you are.
They love to go hands on though over that
Oh yeah, they're all just
no recording policy in their precincts.
Like if this officer was there, he would do the right thing.
He'd let us record
Every
in the
single
precinct.
NYPD officer. That's why there's not a good one. Every NYPD officer will arrest you, me, him, you, or you, if you were not in uniform. If you were reporting in NYPD.
You know why?
Completely
You know why
unconstitutional to do that.
even the good ones. If the good ones watch the bad ones do wrong, then they're just as bad as the
Right. So here's the question for you:
ones, so.
is that again, we do not hate cops. We hate bad cops, and there are certain, very, very few, but certain good people who go into law enforcement for the right intentions. And have you ever, in your history of your experience, have you ever stopped a bad cop from doing something, either unlawful arrest, unlawful ID?
I haven't. No.
Have you ever had an opportunity where you?
I've
stood
never
by
had the
and watched?
opportunity. No.
Because I want to feature whoever that is.
Would you have
Would I have what?
if you see an officer doing
I always do
wrong?
the right thing. How about that?
I get that impression. He seems like a grounded person.
That's what we hope for.
Although we
I think every
They look
officer
like
that
twins.
I work with always just does the right thing.
You know how many YouTube videos there are?
It's
of
easy when
officers?
you're in a small town,
I
though.
can't speak for anyone.
I wish there.
myself.
Cause I want to feature like.
It's easy to do the right thing in a small town like this. A polite, like most people are polite in this town,
Right.
than in like a huge, like a big city like New York. You know what I
would
mean?
feature the hell out of that.
In New York,
I've
yeah.
only seen, I think,
If you work in New York City,
one single video where
6
female
months, you'll be affected. Guarantee. You won't, and I hope that you come out the same way you went in, but you just never know, especially with they be brainwashing. Oh, you're new? And they'll try to brainwash you. You know, the public is against you. Stick with the Blue Line gang.
The body cameras that they're wearing right now.
Oh, yeah, they're recording. I've seen it.
Yeah, he's a
Absolutely red.
She probably cried a couple times.
Put the lights on top now. It's very sneaky instead of in the.
People are distracted.
She's probably calling John Van Tassel. Who knows?
Monday, December 4th.
Danny, those photographer people are back. The actors are back. The actors are back. Get the Academy Award ready. You gonna submit it? I'm gonna submit your FOIA.
Yeah. Yeah, just write it up. Yeah, I'm gonna do that as well.
So if somebody got arrested for DUI, you'll hold them until court opens?
No.
You'll write them up and then release them?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so you don't hold prisoners here unless it's like murder or something, right?
Yeah. Which there hasn't been. And there isn't any crime here. And
It's a small little village. I feel like a lot of people come here to retire or stuff like that.
yeah.
Like,
Well, the thing is, I got a question. Is that we have the Phillipstown Police, right up the road.
No, there's no police.
No?
No.
You have the Putnam County Sheriff, and you got the New York State Troopers, and who else? Say patrols this area other than Cold Spring.
Only MTA goes to the train station.
yeah, the MTA police,
State,
yeah.
state police? I'm not sure.
They have the New
Do
York
you
State
think that
police.
you're actually the police force is actually needed in this tiny little village?
Well, you also got FPS. You also got FPS
Well, here's a
at
question.
like the post
I wanna ask
offices.
this. And and now you said absolutely, and make believe the entire police force was disbanded today as of 5 p.m. How would the village be different starting tomorrow? Because there's no police here.
I think it's more on the decision on the residents. They feel safer with us being here.
Well, that's a
Response time are a lot quicker.
But what do they need?
I think they'll police
You know, maybe a
themselves.
deputy
Most people
sheriff
police
can do
themselves.
that.
I mean,
We are.
they got the
We're
Second
dedicated to the
Amendment
village.
up
What do they
here.
need? What do they
You know what I
ask for?
mean?
Well, we respond on 8 cases for people with medical. We carry defibs, stuff like that.
Carry Narcan.
You would carry Narcan.
That's
And
good.
We actually had an officer save someone's life.
Yeah, we
we
heard
gotta do.
about that. He delivered a baby or something too, right?
Yeah.
Young
Good
guy.
guy, here's what we gotta do.
Same guy, actually.
Yeah,
We're going to request that Mayor Folding immediately disband the police force and make them all
she doesn't
EMTs.
have that power.
Or whoever needs to do that. And they disband the police force, make them all EMTs. Only the good people who aren't going to tase someone if they don't comply as
The
they
village
have a
will.
nervous
The
breakdown.
village will police themselves. I mean, you can.
Right,
If I'm not mistaken, you can open carry a rifle in
Not
New
in New
York.
York.
In New York State, not in the city though.
Yeah, New York State.
New York State, you can open carry a rifle.
New York State.
Yeah.
Just not the city limits.
No, it's the city limits that has the completely unconstitutional.
Yeah. But you can. I can open carry a rifle on the sidewalk.
Yes, yeah.
And yeah, as long as you're outside the boroughs. Isn't that crazy?
And Nick, how long have you been here as an officer?
2 years?
I haven't seen you before.
No.
You're
They hide-
remarkably friendly.
They hide the good ones.
I figured if I'm friendly, then they'll be friendly.
Now I'm becoming frank.
Is that how it works?
There you go.
That's how it works, but when Baker made first contact with me, when he gave me that unlawful ticket, he immediately, upon first contact, screaming, yelling aggressively, which he does with numerous people, which you probably know.
He probably gets it from the mayor.
I
He probably learned that from the mayor.
Because you get what you receive, and when you're professional, people respond in kind.
That's all you can ask for.
So can you?
Let me go see if she received my
Can I
email.
make it, put a suggestion box that you become the trainer?
You should become mayor.
I am the mayor.
You should have ran for mayor.
Let's have a vote in. The Centino, the Messina? Cosentino, the mayor. I'm gonna put Nick,
I don't live here, so I can't run.
So I need you to put the camera down. This is a private office. I can't talk to you.
You can talk to me. You just said I'm in a limited public forum, right? That means whatever I can see from the limited public forum, I can record. How do you know I can read? Can you read it to me? So you're denying me public services? What a bruja.
She doesn't have to just keep her mouth shut and
What a bruja.
just be friendly and professional, that's all.
That's because she doesn't give a fuck. She lost her way.
Right.
She lost her way. That
You guys have your
problem.
paperwork you want handed in? Or?
I mean, she's saying that she's denying us public service.
We're sharing one pen, but I need to, know what you
The world's first invisible politician.
She's in. She's invisible.
And it's down to just, and witness her, not only trying to say,
That is so funny. The first time I met her, she said, "You can record. I just would like to know that you're recording. We're fully transparent here."
and then you ask, do you have your permission to record? And she says, no.
I said, "I mean, it would be nice if you asked for my permission." I said, "Can I have your permission?" No.
No.
What? What?
She has the worst people skills of any.
You know, the best mayor that I've ran into is the mayor for the city of Hudson. He's really nice. Young African-American guy. He must be like 43.
Who was the guy in New Paltz? I saw your video in New Paltz. Of the mayor.
Oh, yeah, that was good.
He was
He was,
good. He was
yeah.
good too.
Yeah, he probably, because he's educated, he probably knows about
Right.
the First Amendment. He
gave
knows
you
not
a tour.
to.
He didn't say, hey, you can't
Not me.
record
He gave Eli a tour.
Oh, that's right, Eli.
Yeah, he gave Eli a
welcomed Eli, and he gave him this
He
extensive tour.
kept promoting the weed that they were selling.
Right.
He's like, check out the weed they were selling.
Is that ironic? Just a few years ago, people go to jail for
They were
20
selling
years.
weed out of the courthouse.
Yeah, out of the courthouse in New Paltz, New York.
Yeah, out of the courthouse.
And he was promoting, the mayor was promoting.
He's like, check it out at 4 o'clock. Like every 2 minutes, check it out at 4
That's
o'clock.
wild.
No, the mayor of City of Hudson, the mayor of Poughkeepsie is really nice too, though.
Yeah.
He's a good guy.
See, there are a few.
He allowed me to
good
come. He
public
said, you can come in my office, you can record.
Yeah.
Like nothing, like, it's no problem. I don't care about that. But then again, like those are a little bit bigger cities. You know
So
what I
there's more
mean?
accountability because there's more people in
Right.
the mix.
You can get away with corruption in a small village because
Well, here's the thing. How many votes did it take for Mayor Foley to win?
one,
Hers. She could have voted for herself, and maybe that's what happened. I haven't seen the vote counts. Mayor Foley may have voted for herself, and that put her over the top. And she won one vote. Someone
she-
should have wrote Leroy Truth in.
So she probably thinks that she made herself mayor because
Right.
she's the only vote that
Right.
counts,
All she had to have is one vote, and she wins.
and it was her. So
Right. And it was her. And she voted. I guarantee you, she voted for herself.
I made myself
Or
mayor.
maybe she voted for Leroy Truth. And right in.
You should.
I gotta do a FOIA request on that.
We're gonna have to run for mayor.
Yes, people keep asking me to do that. Oh, by the way, the good guy, I am looking for a condo or a house or even a room to rent here. And I heard you may be doing that as well.
Yeah, we're gonna live here. We're gonna be
Time
neighbors.
does the village hall close?
4:30.
Or 5 minutes?
She's gonna ignore us for 5 minutes. She's gonna ignore us for 5 minutes so that it really won't be denial of public services.
Right, she's trying to.
You know what I mean? So it's like
so unethical.
I'm not denying them public service. I was in my office busy. I didn't know they needed services.
Right, she was hyperventilated into a paper bag.
That was crazy.
And what time did you start the body cam? Or what time is it?
Probably around 4.
You can do from like 3:30 to 4:30 just to be safe. Mayor Malfoley. Mayor Malfoley.
Huh.
See, if you satire, then they can't, but they still get upset.
So Stelzo created some signs.
All she has to do is be polite and cordial.
That's a camera too?
Yeah, it's a 360 camera.
Pretty cool.
It's 360. It gets all the angles. And when you're on whatever platform they upload it to, you can move the screen
Oh, no way.
to see
Kind of
the
like the panoramic with all
yeah,
the
yeah. So you can see as the video's
Yeah.
loading. If you want to see what's to the left of him, you can just scroll to the left and you'll see. Yeah, it's a little dizzying though. It gets me a little dizzy sometimes when I watch 360 videos.
Yeah, you good? Okay, so let's say I got the internal investigation that Mayor Captain Foley supposedly did, Officer Kenneth Baker, like 4 months ago, which this is my second request, I'm gonna put here. Second request, which obviously they're breaking the law.
I wonder who she talked to that told her that these signs are valid and that the public has to listen to them. Because she's like surprised that
Oh, thank you.
it seems like she's so surprised that we're not committing a crime right now.
This is
She's like, she's like so surprised that we're not in handcuffs.
she's a,
Somebody, I guess the city attorney should have told her like, this is just a policy. It's not, there's no statute behind it. It's not against the law. If somebody,
This is for the first time, Nick Cosentino, he's making this village look good. This is for the first time in my 8 months of simply attempting to get the information out about Baker. I have no qualms with Mayor Foley. I had no qualms with Baker. I didn't know from Adam until he viciously, upon first contact, without me saying a word, screamed and yelled at me for being double parked. And if, as I've said, if he had given me a double park, oh, he should have done this. Sir, you're double parked. It's this lonely one-way road right in front of Hudson House. But can you just move ahead a little bit to park in an efficient
no
way?
social skills.
I would have said absolutely.
No social
No one would have
skills.
known my name.
Why not have social skills in a small village?
Okay,
Because
so-
it's a little bit eeasier to police, to build rapport with the people of the village.
Well, he
To be
did.
nice, oh, hey, if you move up. Now, if you're like a huge city like New York, then all right, you don't have to build a rapport with everybody.
Right.
But in a small village, you want to build a rapport with people, you know what I mean? It's small.
Right.
And maybe he thinks that because it's a small village, he could get away with corruption and he could get
No,
away
no,
with
no.
being mean to
I'm
people.
going to correct you on that. Why do you think it's going to get away with it? It's because it got away with it as an NYPD officer
Oh,
with
oh.
nobody came
Well, then again,
for 22 years.
You also got to think about his background and how he did it in New York City.
That's his
So
norm. That's his way.
if he got away with it in New York City,
Right, for 22 years.
why wouldn't he be able to get away with it in a small village?
And he has until he happened to mess with the police reform
1 minute
act.
countdown. 1 minute countdown.
You want to hand those in for you?
Yeah, well, they need copies. They need copies. Yeah. If you want to tell her that,
Now Mayor Foley has the police officer doing her
that's crazy.
work. Because she hid it away in her office like a little rat.
Just for the record, we do not have to do creative. We don't have to do creative editing with this video.
No,
It's literally
no.
showing
I don't.
itself.
There's no, we don't do.
I don't edit my videos anyways. All my videos are raw. People be like, "Yo, you should edit. There's a lot of dead air." So I try to talk throughout the dead air.
Like the mayor
'Cause
was
I
saying,
don't edit.
we have to edit things out of context to make her look good. I mean,
No.
it didn't take much. She's fine.
So that's where the mayor's hiding. And here, all the video does, ladies and gentlemen, and to the police officers here, video doesn't make you look good or bad. It just
shows.
makes you look who you are.
Yeah.
It just shows the truth.
It's funny when people say, "Oh, don't make me look bad." It's like I can't make you look
No.
anything. All,
It just
all I can
records
do is
reality.
just
That's all it
that's
does.
it. Take care, officers.
Take care.
Oh, and thanks for watching my channel. That means a lot.
Put a comment.
Yeah, subscribe.
$5, $10 a month.
Send us a super chat. The people would like that.
Yeah.
This was Village of Cold Spring. Like, share, and subscribe to Leroy Truth. Like, share, and subscribe to the People's Podcast. Shout out to Eli. Shout out to Long Island Orders for covering this. Shout out to everybody. I believe Here's the Deal in Lackluster, if I'm not mistaken, has covered this as well.
And these.
We paid for those shoes.
Mayor Foley, would you like a chance to just talk your piece on the record? I'd be certainly open to.
We paid
Do
for
another
it.
monologue.
See those Adidas on her feet? We paid for those.
That's
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Don't give her anything.
You're welcome. You're welcome for those sneakers.
Yeah.
These are the signs.
We
Take a
paid
look
for
at the
those
signs. We paid for those
We
signs.
want those sneakers back.
I want my sneakers back.
We want those sneakers back. Go. Would you like to just share something so you can share your perspective, additional perspective, Mayor Foley? And that's her continued disdain and condescension for the public, ladies and gentlemen.
You can smell that UTI from here, bro. Excuse my name. That was not nice. That was not
Remember,
nice.
the camera doesn't make you anything.
That was not
Mayor Foley
nice.
had a chance to actually have a dialogue with us today.
Oh, she did.
You know,
She definitely did.
but she was so wound up. Her voice was shaking.
Is that
She
her
was
car?
nervous. She read so fast her completely unconstitutional policy. And very sad.
Good evening.
Mayor Foley still have a chance to speak to the public.
Drive safe and wear your seatbelt. Obey the law.
Have a dialogue with you. Instead of all this, back and forth. We really, as the press, as the free press, we really want to have a dialogue. A peaceful dialogue. And as I always say, you can redress your government, but
She doesn't have her seatbelt on.
no seatbelt?
Put your seatbelt on.
It's the law.
Seatbelt. Sorry. I'm now being a jerk.
Put your seatbelt. She has it on. She has it on. Good girl.
Sorry.
Good girl.
I did not see directions.
You gotta push your direction signal when you exit a parking spot. Look at that face. Alrighty. Till next time.
All right. So we were super friendly, and we don't get better results. There's really.
She hates us. She can't hide the disdain or the ego.
Can you feature my wonderful sign yet?
Now, this is Scalzo's ideas. He created these signs.